I tend to think that all of life is spiritual. I know, pretty vague, pretty broad. Doesn't help much when you want to say, what is it? I also think this. I think that an accurate understanding of what reality is can be very useful in trying to live a spiritual life. One of our values here at C3 is open inquiry, and among the things listed under open inquiry are that we can take from, we often wonder what we can take from science, and so we say part of our values are we explore the lessons of science. And I think science can deepen our sense of spirituality, even if we're not a scientist. I'm not. I don't know if we have any professional scientists here in our group today, but as we've often spoke about right here in gathering, we all know that physically everything has basically one point of origin. We call it the Big Bang. We know that the universe, us, the stars, the planets, everything that we can see and beyond seems to be made of the very same stuff. And right on down to the very, very small stuff like molecules, atoms, electrons, and physicists posit that even smaller particles make up what we are, like gluons, bosons, quarks. A few years ago, you may remember hearing about the boson and the big nuclear accelerator. So everything's made of the same sort of material. We call it stardust quite often. And we know that from the Big Bang that everything up to the present in the universe, all biological life, everything has evolved from that same stardust, all the way from rivers and fish and bees and giraffes and us too. One form of life that holds special wonder for me is trees. I'm amazed at the incredible variety of the types of trees, even though I can't name most of them. The complexity of their lives, the wonder of leaves, their wonderful shapes, the brilliant colors in the autumn, how in the fall they all fall to earth dead, and more amazingly, how they're all replaced in the spring. So according to a study published Friday, just a few days ago, in the journal Current Biology, 5 tree fossils were found in a quarry in the Canadian province of New Brunswick. The trees were buried alive in an earthquake 350 million years ago. Scientists say that this discovery opens a window into seeing what the Earth was like when the planet's earliest forests were beginning to evolve. Well, it's February, and what does that have to do with trees? It's cold, it's sunny today, but it's early February, and we don't really know what comes around the corner at this time of year. I suppose the same could be said about much of life, including things like democracies and polar ice caps. These are very uncertain times. It can even feel like they're desperate. To me, certain glimpses of reality behind the curtain, so to speak, glimpses informed by science, or at least by facts, can bring a degree of equanimity, a bit of peace. On a February day a few years ago, I wrote this. On those cold days when dark clouds hide the sun and sharp winds toss the bare tree limbs, the flaming sun holds the earth in its circle, and the trunk keeps its lifeblood sap for the time when the whole force of the universe will unfurl the tender leaves of spring.